Okay. So we have here our binomial expansion using Pascal's triangle. Okay, so do you have any idea what is binomial expansion? Or the word binomial lang? Do you have any idea what is a binomial? I think tamang guro ni siya pag high school. Wala. Like how many terms does a binomial has? Okay, 2 terms. Very good. Napaday nakahinumdum. So we have here in our binomial, we have there 2 terms. Like we are going to have this one, we're going to expand our binomial using our Pascal's triangle. So have you heard Pascal's triangle before? Nakadungog na mo sa word nga Pascal's triangle? Wala?
But sure.
Wala pa. Okay. So here, we are going to, if we're going to expand binomial manggod, especially if the degrees are very high, it's so tedious because dahan kay siya og process nga imo pang i-multiply. 'Di ba sa atong binomial, if for example, if we're going to square your binomial, you're going to multiply the binomial by its self. And then what if taas na kay siya exponent? So taas na pud kay kag i-multiply or himuon nga FOIL method. So, we have here our powers of A plus B. So, when we say A plus B, diba, this is binomial man. So, we are going to give its powers and we have this um, corresponding niya nga equation. So, you have there, kung ato siyang i-expand, so we have quantity A plus B raised to the power of 0 that is equal to 1. Because remember, in our exponent rule, if your exponent is raised to 0, that is always equal to 1. And then what if we have here quantity A plus B raised to the power of 1? So, imo man na siyang i-multiply, di ba, both sides. So, you have there A plus B. It's okay na nga, wala na siya 1 on the left side. And then, for our A plus B squared, so you have there iyang answer kay A squared plus 2B plus B squared. Or 1A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. And then for the next one, we have here raised to the power of 3 na siya, so cube. So yung corresponding kung ato siyang i-expand kay A cube plus 3A squared B plus 3AB squared plus 1B cube or B cube. And then for raised to the power of 4, you have there A raised to the power of 4 plus 4A cube B plus 6A squared B squared plus AB cube plus B raised to the power of 4. And then for our A plus B raised to the power of 5, we have A raised to the power of 5 plus 5A raised to the power of 4B plus 10A raised to the power of 3 plus B squared plus 10A squared B cubed plus 5AB raised to the power of 4 plus 1B raised to the power of 5. And for our raised to the power of 6, A raised to the power of 6 plus 6A5, A raised to the power of 5B plus 15A raised to the power of 4B squared plus 20A cubed B cubed plus 15A squared plus B to the power of 4 plus 6AB raised to the power of 5 plus B raised to the power of 6. And then for our raised to the power of 7, we have there A raised to the power of 7 plus 7A raised to the power of 6b plus 21a raised to the power of 5b squared plus 35a raised to the power of 4b cubed plus 35a cubed b raised to the power of 4 plus 21a squared plus b raised to the power of 5 plus 7ab raised to the power of 6 plus b raised to the power of 7. And here in the last one sa atong list, we have raised to the power of 8. A raised to the power of 8 plus a raised to the power of 7, b plus 28, a raised to the power of 6, b squared plus 56, a raised to the power of 5, b cubed plus 70, a raised to the power of 4, b raised to the power of 4 plus 56, a cubed, b raised to the power of 5 plus 28, a squared plus 28, a squared, b raised to the power of 6 plus 8, a b raised to the power of 7 plus b raised to the power of 8. Hangak siya, di ba? So, kung imo na siyang isolve binagsa, mao ni siya, kung imo ni i-expand imuhang a plus b raised to the power of 8, mao ni siya imuhang corresponding answer. So, kung maabot pa kag pinakadaghan na, mas mulisod pa gyud siya kay mas mudaghan man. And now, class, kung atong tan-awon ni siya sa ato ang next nga slide, tanan natong coefficient diha is makuha nato sa ato ang Pascal triangle. So, you have there, mas nindot siya itong makita dayon. So, we have here, di ba, sa ato ang, arita magsugod sa ato ang AB. So, our coefficient there is 1, 1. So, nana siya ni mo diri. Kaning nasa left side mo ni siya mong exponent ha, which is n is equals to 1. So, exponent ni mo kay 1, di ba, yung coefficient na makita dito is 1, 1. And then, for your next, we have therefore a plus b squared. Imong makuha nga coefficient diha, we have 1, and then 2, and then 1. So, maupod na siya diri. 1, 2, 1. And then, kung imong exponent kay 3, maupod na siya imong makuha diri. 1, 3, 3, 1. Okay? So, naasad na siya diha. 1, 3, 3, 1. And then, so on and so forth. So, kani siya mga coefficients ra ni siya sa imuhang gi-expand nga binomial. And we call this one as our Pascal triangle. So, what if nga kanang teacher, unsa na if maabot na ta og 90 teacher, maglibog na ta ana. 90. 9. So, kung ang atuang, for example, 8 raman ang gihatag nato diri, so wala na ta kay baon sa mga coefficients sa sunod. Dali lang gyapon na nimo siya ma-identify ngano man. Kay naman sa ni siya pattern. Bisag 8 rata kutob, you can proceed with 9, 10, 11, 12. Iyang pattern here is mag-start diri sa imuhang 1. So you're going to add 2 consecutive coefficients there. So you have there 1 plus 1, that is 2. As is na gyud always nga nay 1 on the left side and then 1 on the right side. So, kani, imo sa ni siyang i-add. 1 plus 2, that is 3. And then 2 plus 1, that is 3. And then next, you have there 1 plus 3, that is 4. 3 plus 3, that is 6. Okay, and then 3 plus 1, that is 4 again. And the next one, you have there 1 plus 4, that is 5. 4 plus 6, that is 10. 6 plus 4, that is 10. 4 plus 1, that is 5. And the next one, you have there 1 plus 5, 6. 5 plus 10, 15. 10 plus 10, 20. 10 plus 5, 15. 5 plus 1, 6. And then here, 1 plus 6, 7. 6 plus 15, 21. 15 plus 20, 35. 20 plus 15, 35. 15 plus 6, 21. 6 plus 1, 7. And then for your imong exponent kay 8, 1 plus 7, that is 8. 7 plus 21, 28. 21 plus 35, 56. 35 plus 35, 70. 35 plus 21, 56. 21 plus 7, 28. 8 plus 1, that is 8. If you want to get the next ani kanang 9, magbutang ra kag 1 sa first term and then add 1 plus 8, that is 9. 8 plus 28, and then so on and so forth. Okay? So that is how we get our Pascal triangle. So it has something to do with our binomial expansion. Okay? So now, since, what if teacher, we're going to change this one into equation. Okay, what if wala ta kabaw aning expansion? Wala pa tay idea ani. So, ang atong buhaton class, we have here an example. But first, nabay question? Sige, question sa kay basin kuan pa. Basin na pa naglibog. Wala ra? Okay. So, now, what if class we're going to use Pascal's triangle to expand a plus b raised to the power of 8. Okay. So, we're going to expand this one using our Pascal's triangle. So, what we're going to do, class, is the first nga buhaton nato, di ba na, actually, nakuha naman ni nato siya sa atong diri. Sa atong diri, kani siya. This one. Pero, what if, unsaon man ni nato siya pagkuha, what if wala gihatag ang kaning powers of A plus B? So, what we're going to do is gamiton nato ang ato ang Pascal's triangle. So, atong buhaton class, kuhaon nato ang coefficient kung pila ang imuhang exponent. So, atong exponent kay A plus, quantity A plus B raised to the power of 8 man. So, we're going to get this 8 na itong exponent diri and then kuhaon na ito tanan coefficients niya. Okay, we have 1, 8, 28, 56, 70, 56, 28, 81. So, we're going to use that coefficients. Okay, we're going to use that following coefficients. And next one, class, is this time is there anata mag-solve or mag-expand. So here, since naman tayo 1, 8, 28, 56, 70, 56, 28, 81, ang first term na to ana niya, class, is we have here 1. So kaning first coefficient nimo and then i-multiply nimo sa ato ang A dire. So first term, mo man siya tong first term, and then raised to the power of 8. And then, iyahang b kay raised to the power of 0. So, imuhang highest exponent mo na siya imong first ibutang sa imong first term. Okay? And then, remember that your exponents, kung imo na siyang i-add, it should be equal to your exponent sa given. So, that's why you have there 8, and then ang sa b is raised to the power of 0. Kay 8 plus 0, that is 8 man. Okay? That is for your first term. And now, pagkuha na to sa second, kay ari nasad ta sa tuang next nga coefficient, which is 8. And then, you have there, so plus 8, and then quantity A raised to the power of 7. As you can see, gisubtract na to ang atuang, or gisubtract na to 1 ang atuang exponent sa atong A sa atong first term. So, that's why you have there A raised to the power of 7. And then, sa ato ang second term is nag-add na ta og 1. So, 0 plus 1, that is 1. Okay? So, as you can see, 7 plus 1, that is still 8. Okay? Dapat 8 gihapon imong exponent. Nasabtan class or naipangutana? Alternate siya ha. So, kung nag-add ka sa A, nag-minus ka sa B. Ano? Kung nag-minus ka sa A, nag-add ka sa B. Okay, questions? Napata sa second coefficient ha? Wala right questions? Okay. Now, let's go to our next coefficient, which is 28. So, same lang yapon ang process class. So, ato siyang i-multiply. So, 28 times A, ang A raised to the power of 7, ay mo na siyang A raised to the power of 6. And then, B raised to the power of 1, ay mo na siyang B raised to the power of 2. As you can see, our exponent still raised to the power of 8. Yapon siya kung i-add. And now, let's proceed with our coefficient nga 70. Sige, kamo doy hatag. Unsa iyahang kuan? Term. Using the coefficient 70. Crew. Sige, what will happen? Unsay exponent sa A, unsay exponent sa B? Hello? Okay, nata dire from Blair. A raised to the power of 5, B raised to the power of 3. Very good. Now, for our next one. Ano, 70 pa ni siya. Nasayop na ko. Sakto lagi. 56 pa day tao eh. 70 na noon. 56 pa day. And the next one, we have here, 70 A raised to the power of 4, B raised to the power of 4. Very good. Next one, 56. Unsay next na to nga term? We have 56 raised to the power of A raised to the power of 3, B raised to the power of 5. And the next one we have here, 28, A raised to the power of 3, raised to the power of 2, B raised to the power of 6. And then we have here our 8, next coefficient, that is 8 raised to the, 8, A raised to the power of 1, B raised to the power of 7. And then the last one we have there, 1 raised to the power of 0, A raised to the power of 0, and then B raised to the power of 8. So since nabahi naman imo ang imuhang two terms, which is your A and B, now this time is we're going to simplify. Okay? So we're going to simplify this one per terms. Okay? Or by terms. So you have there one quantity A, 8, A raised to the power of 8, B raised to the power of 0. So kaning B raised to the power of 0, that is equal to 1 naman na siya. Okay, so you have there 1 times A raised to the power of 8, A, or 8, A raised to the power of 8, that is A raised to the power of 8. So mo ni siya ang answer diri sa first term. Now, for our second term kanisha, so what you're going to do is multiply lang gihapon. So since wala man tay coefficient or wala man tay lang number, so copy lang nato ang 8. So 8 and then kani simplify A raised to the power of 7 and then B. And then next one kanina sad sa third term. So you have there 28 and then A raised to the power of 6, B raised to the power of 2. And then next we have there 56, A raised to the power of 3, B raised to the power of A raised to the power of 5, B raised to the power of 3. And next one kanisha 70, A raised to the power of 4, B raised to the power of 4. And next is 56, A raised to the power of 3, B raised to the power of 5. Next one, 28, A raised to the power of 2, B raised to the power of 6. And then, nasayop na ni siya. Nakuwang, sakto day. We have there 8, A raised to the power of 1 or 8A, B raised to the power of 7. And the last term is, kani siya 1 raman ni siya. Ang A raised to the power of 0. So 1 times 1, 1 gihapon, and then B raised to the power of 8. So that is now your answer. When you expand A raised to A plus B raised to the power of 8. So as you can see, taas kay siya og kung imo na kung nagmultiply pa kasi mong 8 plus B og kawalo, mas taas siya buhatonon. Unlike kani, we're just using the Pascal's triangle, then we easily got our answer. Okay? So, do you have any questions for this example? So, it takes time jud class and then dapat is kuan jud ninyo siya ansiran ka ng tutok ba kanang dili jud ka mag pataka-pataka lagbutang because Sayop ang usa, sayop na gid siya sa tanan. Okay, so far naipangutana? Or okay ra? So gamit day kay ang Pascal's triangle no kung mag-expand ta og binomial. Pero remember binomial ray applicable niya ha. Binomial. Wala ray questions? Sige, so mo proceed na lang ko ha for the next example. So here we are going to use the Pascal's triangle to expand our 2x minus 3y raised to the power of 5. So here na natay mga coefficients pod sa ato ang given binomial. So adto na sad ta balik sa ato ang Pascal's triangle para makita nato kung unsa iyahang mga coefficients sa katong raised to the power of 5. So mobalik ta ato niya. So ara, di ba man ni atong exponent raised to the power of 5. So atong gamiton di ay is 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 10. Mao na siya ang ato ang coefficients. So what we're going to do, copy the coefficients na diri, which is 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. And then, i-same lang yapon nga process sa atong gibuhat kanina. So we have here for our first term. Oops. So you have there kaning 1, di ba? Mamani siya tong first coefficient. And then atong kuhaon atong first term, so that is 2x. And then yun man tang atong highest degree atong first. So itong highest degree is 5 man, so you have there raised to the power of 5. And then you have there your minus 3y, and then raised to the power of 0. Okay? So, dapat inyo diyang ikuha ninyong first term o inyong second term. Ang first term mo'y pinaka-highest sa first nga answer ninyo sa binomial. Now, for your next term, unsay next class? For next coefficient. You have there 5 man. So, what will happen to your x o y? Okay, we have here 5 or 5 quantity 2x raised to the power of 4, quantity negative 3y raised to the power of 1. Very good, Desilio. That is correct. So you have there ato ang coefficient ka 5 and then you multiply na to sa tong first term and then ang yang exponent kay na 4 because mag-subtract man ta og 1 sa first nga term nimo. And then you have there minus 3y and then 0 and then mag-add man tag 1 sa tong second term. So you have there negative 3y raised to the power of 1. And then atong exponent kay 5 gyapon siya kung atong i-add. Now, for our next term class or our next coefficient, you have there 10. Sige, unsa tong next term? Okay, we have here 10, quantity 2x raised to the power of 3, quantity negative 3y raised to the power of 2. Very good. How about for our next one class? You have there another 10. Okay, so we have here 10 times 2x raised to the power of 3, quantity negative 3y raised to the power of 2. Ay, bali di ay. 2x raised to the power of 2, quantity 3y raised to the power of 3. Very good. How about for our next one? Our fifth coefficient. Okay, we have 10, quantity 2x raised to the power of 1, quantity negative 3y raised to the power of 4. Very good. And the last one, class, 1 quantity 2x raised to the power of 0, quantity negative 3y raised to the power of 5. Okay, very good. So, since now you got it like expanded, now wala pa ta na human class. So, what we're going to do is mag-simplify na ta sa ato ang gipang suwat diri. Okay? So, we have here sa arita mag-start. So, kani siya is equal to 1 raman ni siya kay raised to the power of 0 man siya. And then kani, you have there 2x. So, gi-quantity man na siya. So, nasa sa sud. So, kung imo na siyang buwagon, that is 2 raised to the power of 5. And then x raised to the power of 5. So, atong isimplify ang 2 raised to the power of 5 pila class. That is 2 raised to the power of 5. Pwede ra mo mag-calcu if you have. Okay, that is 32. So, you will have there 32x raised to the power of 5. Wala na na quantity, na-save na siya. Okay? Kay 1 naman gyapon siya. So, 32 times 1. So, 32 gyapon. And then x raised to the power of 5. Now, let's go to our next one. So, we have here 5 quantity 2x raised to the power of 4 minus 3y raised to the power of 1. So, kani siya as is lang ni siya nga negative 3y. Because raised to the power of 1 naman siya. So, arita sa ito ang 2 raised to the power of 4, x raised to the power of 4. Remember, PEMDAS gihapon ta ha? So, mag-start ta sa atong parentheses. So, you have there 2 raised to the power of 4 class, pila. Sige, 2 to the power. 2 raised to the power of 4. That is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That is 16, di ba? So, you have there. So, arita sa tong exponent pa ha, naghinay-hinay ta para dili ta malibog ini ka-answer. So, you have there 16x raised to the power of 4 na siya kani. Ato ni siyang gisimplify. And then kani, stay put lang gyapon siya kay raised to the power of 1 raman. Now, let's go to the next one. You have there 10 quantity 2x raised to the power of 3 minus 3y squared. So, arita mag-start sa atong 2x raised to the power of 3. So, i-distribute ni mo yung exponent diha. So, 2 times 3, pila? 2 times 3, 2 raised to the power of 3. That is 2 times 2 times 2. Pila? Okay, that is 8. Very good. Now, ari na punta sa tuang next nga parenthesis, we have there negative 3y squared. So, negative 3 squared class, pila? Negative 3 times negative 3. That is 9. So, meron na siyang isuwat. So, we have 10 quantity 8 x raised to the power of 3. And then we have there 9y raised to the power of 2. Okay? Now, for our next one class, ari na sadta. You have there 10 quantity 2x squared. And then, we have quantity negative y at 3y cubed. So, kani siya 2 squared x squared man na siya. So, that is 4x squared. And then this one, you have there negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9, times negative 3, that is negative 27. So, you will have 10 and then 4x squared minus 27y raised to the power of 3. Then, for our next one, kani siya as is ra ni siya, and then negative 3 raised to the power of 4, pila? Pila siya, class? 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That is 27 raised to the power of 4 man siya. Okay, that is 81. So, you have there negative 3 times 3, 9, times negative 3, that is negative 27, times negative 3, that is positive 81. And then y raised to the power of 4. And then the last one, you have there this. This one, we have the last nga term na. So, this one is raised to the power of 0 man siya, so equivalent to 1. So, arita sa atong negative 3y raised to the power of 5. Pila man na siya, class? So, negative 3 raised to the power of 5. Kalimaon ang negative 3. Okay, that is negative 243. So, now, since na-simplify naman nimo ang naa sa parentheses, karon is imo na sang i-simplify ang kaning nasa gawas. Since naman kay value nga naa sa gawas. Okay, so hinaynayon gyapon ni nato. So, ang kani siya, pero actually, mo gawas ng answer ani. So, you have there, kani siya, you have there 32 na siya, class, ha, typo. 32 x raised to the power of 5. And then, sa kaniniya, is you're just going to multiply all your kuan diha kanang coefficient. Okay? So, imo multiply ang 5, 16 og negative 3. Okay? So, you have there 5 times 16, that is 80. And then times negative 30, that is 240. Okay, and then copy your x raised to the power of 4, y raised to the power of 1, or y lang siya. Then here, multiply ra pod nimo siya. 10 times 8, and then times 9. That is 720. Okay? And now, you have there for the next one. So, kanina siya, 10 times 4, 40, and then times negative 27, that is negative 1080. x squared y cubed. And then for the next one, you have there kanisha. So you have 5 times 2, 10 times 81, that is 810. Y raised to the power, x, y raised to the power of 4. Then the last one is 1 times negative 243, that is negative 243y raised to the power of 5. So this is now your expanded form of your quantity 2x minus 3y raised to the power of 5. Okay? Questions? Clarifications? Violent reactions? Wala ra, nasabtan ra, or naay pangutana? Wala ra questions? So, actually, that's the end for the lesson today, which is our Pascal's triangle. Wala na questions? Okay, Ra?
None, Chef.
Nasabtan Ra? Okay. So now, class, magkuan lang ko about sa inyuhang um, quizzes. Because next week, di ba, test na mo next week, class? Sakto ba? Test na mo next week for semi-final?
Yes.
Yes. So, akong buhaton, class, is ipang-open ako tanan quizzes, ha? And then, kamo nali identify if naka-answer na ba mo. Okay? Para dili na ako magbinagsa. So, same as well with your general mathematics. So, here in our pre-calculus, kay dili ba ninyo makita no sa inyuhang dashboard kung naba mo'y upcoming activities because kay namang ko'y gi-restrict niya. So, maybe ako lang sa din ko anog restriction para makita ninyo sa kilid. So, for your pre-calculus, inyong mga activities are, you have assignment 3.1, quiz 3.1, quiz 3.2. Dali oro day sa inyong kuan sa? 3 meetings ra. And then for next week is dili na ta mag-meet because test naman ninyo Thursday. Okay, so um for your coverage, so inyong coverage ra class is gamay ra pud kaayo. So we have the properties of sigma notation, and then we have the mathematical induction, principle of mathematical induction, writing expression to sigma notation, and this one, kaning using Pascal's triangle to expand binomial.